Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? This is Brandon Hudson again from Florida Stuff Restaurant Editorial. Today is November 4th of 2017. I hope everyone's having a good start to their November and a good weekend as well. Real quick, we're starting a three-part video series tonight regarding the restaurants that did not make it in 2017 on Florida Stuff. And when I say did not make it, that did not make the top picks, they fell short on visits consistently or whether it was one time. Just a disclaimer before I begin this, just like the best restaurants of 2017, these three restaurants I am doing tonight will not be brought to you in any particular order. And just a disclaimer again, I'm not going to be bashing these restaurants. I'm not telling my people out there to not eat at these places, don't come here, nothing like that. But I just want to give a brief record of what was going on in these restaurants that I observed in these restaurants that do need improvements. First part of this video tonight will be going towards a restaurant called Chef Eddie's. It's a soul food restaurant right downtown Orlando on Church Street next to the Amway Arena. You can find the review on that at floridastuff.wordpress.com. Look under the posting called Eddie Has the Soul, okay? The restaurant itself, I visited on at least 4 separate occasions since the initial post was made earlier this year. So I think I gave this restaurant more than enough chances. The food was always on point for the most part. The service, on the other hand, I think needs to be discussed really quick. The service has been kind of not up to my own standard, and I think it's kind of affected my overall take on the restaurant. My problem with Chef Eddie's in general is that the service is typically very, very, very disorganized for the most part. Usually I'm greeted from afar in the restaurant. No one ever really approaches me. I'm not sure why. I have to sit myself down, and then it takes at least 15 minutes for a server to even acknowledge that I'm sitting at my table. And then on top of that, it gets better. They don't even know who's assigned to my table. So I do have a big issue with that. In each case, it was always like that. So that's kind of affected my perception of this restaurant, which could be doing a lot better considering where it is. With the restaurant itself, very spacious. You can sit people there for days. And just to let people know, I'm not particularly a soul food enthusiast. I know by stereotype, I'm an African American male. I should, love soul food to death no matter what. I'm sorry, out of my taste palette and everything else in the world, I'm just not drawn to it. So I expect a soul food restaurant or a restaurant that specializes in that type of cuisine to be a little bit more on point. The first time I ate there, I was, greeted from afar. My server was an older gentleman. Never found out his name beyond the first letter of his first name, which I'm thinking to myself, this is not the barbershop. I like to know who's serving my food, to some extent. The food usually takes somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes, even though it's just me at the table. On my last 2 occasions, I did have somebody with me, and one person had mixed opinions. The other liked it a lot. So, it was, there are too many mixed opinions going on. It's the service or the food. Service or food for me is just really just the service. The other service, those other servers are very nice people when they finally get around to you, but it just kind of bothers me on a personal note that it seems like I'm ignored in this restaurant upon entry, and then on top of that, I don't know what makes the server finally come around to me. So that restaurant really needs to improve its organization, needs to improve its response time. I think the food time could be shortened a little bit, especially since it's just me sitting by myself. I'm not a hard customer when it comes to what I want on my plate, anything like that. I'm a very easy customer, but considering it's just me and I'm ordering usually one entree, whatever you want to call it, especially for that type of food, that shouldn't be, a 20-minute wait. I understand, things get busy and stuff like that, but, especially if, I'm one of less than 10 people in the restaurant, I kind of expect my order to be done a little quicker than that. But, again, this restaurant definitely could be doing a lot better considering the strategic area it's in downtown Orlando. The restaurant itself could be standing out a whole lot more than what it is, but, service, in any part of town, especially if you're in downtown, needs to be more on point. And the servers I've had after that have been very nice people. They get around to you pretty quick when they do. But, I never encountered my first server again. I think he's still there, but I just did not feel comfortable with the demeanor and the, stone face. Like I said, I do have a dry sense of humor, but man didn't crack a smile at all. I know that, we all have rough days. I deal with customer service myself, but at least fake it if you have to, But at least the restaurant itself seems to be very prosperous. It has a very steady clientele. The restaurant with me, though, I just don't see myself visiting here anytime soon. Again, after 4 visits, I think I've given the restaurant enough chances to improve itself. So, I'm not telling you don't eat here, don't come here, but just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of, who's serving you. Be aware of what's going on in the restaurant. Don't be afraid to flag down a server if nobody's helping you. Why you have to go out of your way to do that beats me. But in this place, I guess you have to. So, just keep that in mind when you go to Chef Eddie's. Like I said, the restaurant is family friendly. The staff is nice when they finally approach you. But the wait time and, I know that I'm by myself. There's no family. Maybe I draw a little bit more attention if I had other people with me. But, I'm still kind of bothered sometimes every time I go there that I'm sitting there gawking at the menu for 15 minutes. At least bring me a cup of water or something. So, I'm going to continue on with this series over the next course of the next few days. I have another place coming out of East Orlando coming up on the next video. I'm going to try to get that done this weekend for you guys. But like I said, just don't take this as me bashing the restaurant. Don't take this as me telling people not to eat here. It's nothing like that. Go eat at these places if you want to. That I'm not one of those people on the internet that says, "Oh, don't eat here," or making some irrational comment, that doesn't make sense. I'm just giving you a brief recollection as to what I noticed and what I experienced. So, you guys just take it easy out there. And again, if you want to see the complete review, look at floridastuff.wordpress.com. Continue to follow me here on Yelp, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook as well. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them here under the video on YouTube, or you can email me at florida.stuff.editorial@hotmail.com. I'm going to get on the road now to South Florida. I'm hoping to come out of here with some good stories for you and a couple new restaurants, and I'll be in Tampa on Monday as well. So look out for me there, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. See you soon. Take care.